You don't do it now. Good morning!
Morning.
Welcome to Fort Fun Friday Facts, better known as... Wow. You are on it. Mark and Brady Aspinall, Berkshire Hathaway Living Colorado Elite Team, welcoming you to another fantastic Friday. It is done. It is over.
It is coffee time.
Might as well punch out and go home.
Punch out and go home, huh?
Yeah, 9 o'clock in the morning.
9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
There you go. Punch out. Go home.
Tell your boss adios. Adios. Yeah. Fuck away.
Adios. Well, there you go. I guess I'm running the show. Speaking of Friday mornings, it is coffee time for some of us. And some of us, coffee time is all day. Or maybe you need a pick-me-up in the afternoons. I'm just going to continue without him. I have no idea where he went. So, with that, I'm going to talk about some awesome coffee spots in Fort Collins that you may never have heard of. And within that, I forgot to turn on all the lights behind us, so it looks really, really dark because it's a little cloudy out today. Anyway, so there is, in the Colorado, and they did a kind of a run through of here's 17 coffee shops to try. And why not try them during this time of year? Because it's not always about coffee. Some of these coffee shops have other beverages. They have food to eat. They have different local bakeries bring in pastries to purchase. So it's kind of fun. But I've tried a few of these. However, some of them I didn't even know opened in Fort Collins because I'm that type of person who keeps going back to the same place. And so here we go. I'm drawing this out, just waiting for Mark. Okay, so here, there will be light. So you have the Cozy Classics, Alley Cat Cafe. If you haven't been there, it's absolutely cute. It's on West Laurel. You need to read these all by, like, the descriptions of them by themselves. We will post the website link for you to do that. Something just happened to my...
You just clicked on
I
totally
did not
different
mean
button.
to do that. This is... Yeah. Okay, so I went to close out of the advertisement and that didn't work. So anyway, Alley Cat Cafe, it's been a campus area mainstay for over 20 years. Super cute, quaint. The staff there is fantastic. There's also Bindle Coffee over here in Jessup Farms. It's the coffee is actually really good. Been to that one as well. He doesn't drink coffee, so this is a
I'm
me
the
show.
wrong person to ask.
This is a me show
Yeah.
right now. It's all
It's all about
it's all
Brady.
about coffee lovers. However, as I said, when you had walked away from me dismissing you,
I had an emergency.
yeah, I was saying they all have different beverages. They
Oh.
have teas, one of them, which we will get to in a minute, but they have, they have pastries. I already did that
Okay.
for the non-coffee
That's
drinkers.
fine. That's fine.
Okay, all right.
Well, and you people
So-
need your time too. You coffee people.
Yeah, Bindle Coffee. Here's my
Most
suggestion,
of the
though.
country.
During the summer, not winter, I know I was talking about winter, but during the summer, if you grab like an iced beverage from Bindle, then just walk across the parking lot to JJ's Ice Cream and get a little ice cream, and it's a beautiful, beautiful marriage over there in Jessup Farms. Delicious. Okay, so then there's Butterfly Cafe. I have never, ever been to Butterfly Cafe.
It's that tiny, right off LaPorte, that tiny little box building there.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
It's adorable. So my goal is to kind of go through this list and try coffee at possibly every single one and maybe write a little blog about it. So there you go. It is cozy. It says, if cozy means comfortable, warm, and snug to you, then Butter Cafe definitely fits the bill. Mm-hmm. It's a 400 square foot space.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's over at 222 LaPorte Ave, which is kind of cute. Some of these pictures, you'll just have to see them. This might be boring you, but it's very exciting to me.
For you coffee people, this is your episode.
The cafe at Ginger and Baker, 359 Linden Street. If you haven't been to Ginger and Baker, just go. Just do it. treat yourself. Amazing. Nike, just do it. Okay.
I was going more person rec. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. The crooked cup. I haven't been to this one either. It's off of Oak Street, and it looks kind of cool.
That would drive me nuts. I'd have to keep straightening it.
The cup, because it's
crooked.
Okay. But this is kind of get away from the downtown hustle and bustle by slipping into Crooked Cup's Little Oak Street Cafe. Not only does the Crooked Cup serve up specialty coffee, tea, and espresso drinks you'd expect, but it also has an in-house bakery where it churns out fresh pastries.
Okay.
So, there you go.
There you go.
We're going to have to, you try the pastries, I try the coffee.
I'm going to put on a lot of weight on this journey if we're doing it that way.
Okay.
I mean, I'm all for it. I won't turn down
Right?
good pastry. Yeah.
Right? And there's mugs in Old Town. That's really cute. You can sit inside or outside. The staff is great. It has, you could sit at the windows.
You sit in the mug or outside the mug?
It can sit, you can sit inside the store, outside. I get it.
It's
Mugs.
called the mug. Yeah.
So you could sit inside the mug or outside.
Yeah.
Is this being really boring? I kind of was thrown off when he just left me here.
Sorry.
Starry Night Espresso Cafe, right off of College. It's just down from the Northern Hotel, and it's quaint. If you just want to grab a good coffee, read a book, hang outside, watch people, and then you can shop. You can walk just a little further down to the cupboard, and it's a great little place to kind of sit and snuggle in. They have some couches. Well, last time I was in there, they have some couches and some place to then you have cozy neighborhood shops. We're moving to the cozy neighborhood shops division. I'm going to go a little faster. Cups Community Cafe. Have never heard of this, nor have been there. So that's one we're going to have to hit, and we'll give you a lowdown. It just said tucked away in a West Fort Collins shopping center. Cups Community Cafe immediately gives off warm neighborhood cafe vibes. So we'll have to check that out. Yeah, that'd be great. The Foxton. Haven't been here either.
Is that a Santa?
It is a Santa in the picture.
It's weird.
When they took these pictures, there's some funny pictures here, but anyway, looking for a lived-in vibe with your next cup of coffee, head to the Foxton and refresh laundromat turned cafe with a charming interior.
I'm still trying to figure out what lived-in vibe it means.
I don't. Does anybody have comments on what a lived-in vibe?
I think I hit the wrong thing, so we can't actually see comments right now.
Oh, sad face.
And I forgot what to touch to get comments back.
Comment on this so we can. We need to know what a lived-in vibe means. Okay, moving on to Genoa Coffee and Wine. That's in our hood over here. And just a great atmosphere. We've done a lot of business meetings there. The staff is fantastic. They not only serve, obviously, coffee and great pastries, but they do
beer and wine.
So in the afternoon,
I can never bring myself to have because it's always a business meeting or in the morning.
Yeah,
Can't
we should just go over there in the afternoon, and I can have a glass of wine and smell it for a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Momo Lolo Coffee Shop on West Elizabeth. I have never been here.
God, that's so amazing.
The picture's amazing.
All right, so for this one, you have to go to the picture they have for Momo Lolo. It is absolutely amazing. We can't even describe it to you. You just got to go and look at it.
But this one will brighten up. This is the promise here. It says, brighten up dreary winter days at Momo Lolo.
So now would be a great time
Now
to go.
would be a great time to go.
Go.
Because of the sunny atmosphere, how the walls are painted. It's just down by campus, so I guess it's a favorite spot for some college students to go and study. Mm-hmm. Or even if what they say is if your school days are long over, the coffee shop is still a great place to go. You just have to see the picture. Okay, Cozy Spots and Cafe. We're almost done. Bean Cycle Roasters is always been in Old Town, so it's a staple. And Little Bird Bake Shop. I have been to Little Bird. It is so cute and it's so cozy, and it is a great place if you need to get hammer out some work. I don't know what's going on over here. It's great. The atmosphere is fantastic, and it's great for just kind of one-on-one meetings if you want to do that. So there is some new arrivals in Fort Collins. So I guess Fort Collins Pie Food Truck. Sunny Sky Pies has opened a brick and mortar shop on
Jefferson Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Persimmon
is the name of it? Yeah.
Yeah, Persimmon is the name of it. I was attempting to read that. So I don't know what he's doing. Retreat Bakery Bar. Can I just go Wolverine Public House? There's a lot of these.
Okay.
I
got this picture in my head of you should have your own public cable access show just talking about coffee shops.
I didn't know it was going to be this long.
I thought it was going to be like, here's the top 5 coffee shops in Fort Collins area. And it's like, it's still going.
It's still going. There's some in remembrance, but we're going to stop there. I feel like a sales commercial. And when you left at the beginning of the show, I'm like,
Which?
I guess I'm just going to plow through this. I'm not going to highlight a couple.
You would rather I left than stayed. But that was the longest.
Just go to the Coloradoan. Look for great coffee shops. It is long. You are going to gain some weight going through all these coffee shops.
If we go through all these and I get a pastry in each one, yeah, I'm going to put on a good 50 pounds.
And it's still going and going.
We now will one by one go through all the different bars and breweries in the Fort Collins area. Number 1.
I didn't know it was going to be that long. I sincerely apologize. If you already clicked off, hopefully you watched. I wouldn't blame you.
Now's when stuff, I mean, the last couple minutes has been solid, so we'll just fast forward to
I just kept like, how long is this? And you could tell, because
I'm going to go through these pretty quickly.
wah, 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 wah. What do you have for us, Mark? In the real. Oh my gosh.
Stuff is happening in real estate. I mean...
But if you really want to dig into real estate, there are some fantastic coffee shops that we could meet you at. There's a plethora.
And you can choose. We won't go through all of them like that.
We'll text you all the coffee shops.
Oh my god. I can't even.
Call us.
Oh.
Email us. Text us.
Oh.
I can't. We'll meet you at one. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, in real estate. So the only thing I can say is it feels like pre-2020. It feels like pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Real estate again, which is a good thing. It means we're returning to a little bit more of a stable market. In COVID years, we would have the holidays, and then after New Year's, be about the next week after New Year's, all of a sudden we'd see a skyrocket in activity in the real estate market. Versus pre-COVID, there'd be kind of a slow ramp up. And that's what we're feeling right now. We're kind of in that slow ramp up period going towards the spring and summer, which again is good. We're getting to more stable market. Interest rates are a little bit more stable. We're hanging out around the 6s, high to low 6s. I've seen stuff for even, into the 5s. If you want to get your interest rate down more than that, we have some tips and tricks to get it lower than that. However, they're secret, so shh. you have to call us directly. There you go. There's our call to action. I
thought our call to action was meet us at a coffee shop. If any of you missed the beginning,
if you want to hear
fast
every
forward.
single coffee shop in Fort Collins, call Brandy.
That's the thing.
If
It
you just
wasn't
want a
every
quick
single
conversation,
one.
I
I
know.
skipped a few.
We hadn't even gotten there. We hadn't gotten all of them. I know of a couple down the road we didn't talk on.
Okay.
Anyway, so there you go. So we're headed into a healthy market. So I think it's great things all around for buyers and sellers, and kind of excited for what this year's going to look like. Yeah. So there you go.
There you go. It's actually very exciting. All right. So with the real estate, now you know about your coffee shops. You know about real estate. You know about your coffee shops and more coffee shops. However, in those coffee shops,
Next week, I'm just gonna.
You're-
We'll just pull up Next Door and we'll read through all the posts in Next Door. Stop letting your dog poop on my yard. Put your trash cans away. Sorry.
so if you want to discuss any of this at any of the coffee shops, or you could go to the coffee shops and pull up really random news, and like my husband did. He doesn't go to coffee shops, but he has his own types of drinks, and he's going to.
Water.
And he's going to. I'm trying to make this a transition, and it's just not working. What's in
really good transition.
the news today?
One of these days, we're gonna come up with good transitions and record them, and we'll just hit
Hit
the
play.
button to do our fancy transitions.
I like it. I'm going to drink coffee.
All right. So this week's weird news is all about thievery. Yes, thievery. Going back to the Next Door post, we're always seeing stuff of someone stole a package off my front porch, which don't be a terrible human being and steal a package off somebody's front porch. So this week's odd news, I didn't even plan it this way, but just going through is either animal news or thieves. And so I'm like, let's go to the thievery side. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this first thief comes out of California. Shocker. No, kidding. Morton Sorensen, yes, I'm calling you out, sir, of Livermore, California, has earned his spot in the Guinness Book of World Records
Here we go again. Guinness World Book.
by stealing, and yes, I'm going to call it stealing, 1,136 key cards from different hotels across the world. It's stealing. There's a place to put them back. Although,
Is it though? Because at my last hotel, they said, "Would you like these keys back?" And they said, "No, keep them."
yeah, I know. As a kid, I always thought we were being sneaky when we took art. Because yes, I mean, we've all done this. If you have a great vacation or a great trip, you want a little memento, and what better than the key card to your fabulous hotel room? Or if it's like one of our trips and we don't ever want to remember it, we make sure to give it back immediately.
We've had
Because those nightmares
a
will
few of
never
those.
go away.
Yes. Our girls still comment on one.
But Mortensen started traveling for business in the 90s and discovered that most hotels actually allowed him to keep the key cards as souvenirs. I'm wondering if those that didn't allow, he just took anyway? I did.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that would be the stealing part.
That would be the stealing part.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
So it just, a theme started to arise, and so I kind of stretched it a little bit. But yeah, so he's gained over, he has 1,136 key cards, which is the equivalent to over 3 years stay at a different hotel every night.
Wow.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Wow.
It's a lot.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. He says he kept them because he had great memories from the different places, and he actually has them in a nice little book in plastic sheets and flips through and can kind of relive some of those memories.
Polaroid. That's what I would do. Why not Polaroid versus a key
Polaroid.
card? To remember memories.
Oh, you just take a picture of the front of the.
Yeah.
But the Polaroid costs money. You have to buy the camera, then you have to buy the film.
Well,
Or
technically,
here-
the key card.
But it doesn't cost him extra money that he didn't already pay for. So really, he's cheating the system. He is on it. So there you go, Richard. Not Richard, Morton. I don't know why I said Richard. Morton, we salute you for your thievery. Coming in next. Coming in hot.
Oh, what is that?
A creepy statue in Louisville, Kentucky shows up after being gone for nearly 30 years. Yeah, so apparently David Greer said his father showed up from work one day back in 1996 with a random statue. And apparently he was a construction worker and was working at a site, and they said they didn't want the statue anymore. They set it to the side. He said, "Can I take it home?" And they said,
I wouldn't want that either.
Absolutely. The statue Brandy is referring to is Pan, a statue of Pan, the Greek god, that is playing the flute. And it's a creepy little green statue. However, for some reason, Louisville wanted their creepy statue back, and I don't remember anymore how. I think I've heard too much coffee. But David was doing research on this statue as he grew older and found that Louisville was actually looking for this missing piece of art and offered it back to the city. The city is now getting it assessed for its value, and hopefully
it's probably worth millions.
It's probably worth millions
because of how
creepy it is.
creepy that looks.
Yeah. So hopefully David gets a cut of that for his father's thievery. Boy, if I had a nickel for everything my dad brought home as my childhood. Never anything like a statue though.
All right.
The final bit of thievery.
Applaud you guys for hanging with us after that whole.
The final bit of thievery comes from Wisconsin, and surprise, surprise, probably the most disgusting, dirty place in Wisconsin. Yes, that's right, I'm talking about, obviously, Lambeau Field, home of the dirty Green Bay Packers. What is being stolen? Well, lots of people's stuff, because Lambeau Field has this article is written about items that were discovered in the lost and found at Lambeau Field, aka the Packers are stealing from the people. Are we surprised? No.
Well, that's a stretch, but I get your animosity being, us being Broncos fans. But
Broncos
they're in the
fans
lost and found. So how are they stealing?
Because it's the Green Bay Packers. And it just is. So some of the items that, the most valuable items that have been found go from cell phones to jewelry to sometimes credit cards. Some of the oddest items to come across lost and found in the past 16 years was a pair of shoes, a cane walker, and hearing aids. And now the Packers are stealing from me because I opened this article thinking I was going to read the most interesting items in the lost and found this year. And no, they have to go back 16 years to find some of these items. Another woman who's been there for 12 years has seen dentures, which is a very personal item, passports,
How do you walk out of the...
hats, scarves, and blankets.
Wait, back up. How do you walk out of a game?
Well, like me reading this article,
without your
the
dentures?
Packer fans are so disappointed in how their season ended up that they just spat out their dentures, is what I'm assuming.
How?
In all seriousness, I was a little disappointed because I love these lost and found lists. There's usually some really crazy stuff.
Dentures is pretty crazy.
Yeah, but I'm looking for this year current stuff. Dentures is good, but come on, engagement ring from the girl that turned down the guy in the Jumbotron, that would be a good one.
Oh.
One shoe instead of a pair of shoes,
You know what happened? No, we won't go there. We need to wrap this up.
Well, thank you for joining us on the longest possible episode of For Fun Friday Facts. This is what happens when we take a couple weeks off, better known as taking a couple weeks off. I just added to our title. Mark and Brandy Aspinall.
I need to go get some coffee.
Well, we'll be better next week, I promise. Have a fantastic